Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena, and today we are going to be doing the last of the updating the Precon series, at least for Midnight Hunt. I don't know how we're gonna proceed with this in Crimson Vow, cause looking over the cards, I'm certain decks have changed, certain decks have not changed. I might wait for the meta to change a little bit and make decisions based on that. But well, I'll definitely be increasing the rare mythic budget for these decks as we go forward. But here we're going to over the last deck, which is white blue. We'll take a look at the original deck. It is called Sky Patrol, and this is pretty much what it looks like. It's pretty much about flyers. It has some synergies with Foretell. You get to kind of draw cards with it. That said, there are a lot of weird duds here. Like we have the God's Hall Guardian, which is awfully weak as a Foretell card. Startime is good. Augury Raven, it gives you a 3/3 flyer, but most of the time it doesn't quite pan out. Like spells are definitely not good. Fearless Fledgling kind of requires you to drop lands over time. If your opponent is really doing nothing, yes, the Augury Raven and the Fearless Fledgling would do work, but that's a big ask. Well, it kind of depends. There are some decks that literally do nothing as well, but then again, you shouldn't have a problem with those decks to begin with. Carful Harbinger is also a weak one. Depart the Realm really doesn't quite belong. So we have all the rest of these cards. I actually ended up cutting the McKinley Stampede and the Cosmos Charger as well. But we have a pretty solid base here. I would note the Vega the Watcher is a good fit here. Elite Spellbinder Skyclave Apparition, actually very good combos with Stonebinder's Familiar. And we actually did keep this one, but what we did instead was we added Disturb Tech. Basically the good stuff from Midnight Hunt. It actually goes really well with this one. So this is probably one of the winners in terms of what do I get from Midnight Hunt. So first off, mana base upgraded as usual. What we did add was we upped the Elite Spellbinder and Skyclave Apparition by 1 each. You can have an argument to say I want more Skyclave Apparitions because they pair well with spirits, especially since we're running Patrician Geist as a bonus. But we added a Disturb package, so Lunar Veteran, Devoted Graphkeeper. A few of these mostly get cards in the yard. Kvetch's Castaway, you ideally want to mill this one so you can cast the Ghostly Castigator half and get cards back. There's a single Malevolent Hermit. You kind of need the counter spells. I would have preferred to add more, maybe in a version with a higher budget. We kept the Grazilax. The Vega the Watcher, we kind of cut it down a little bit. We kept some of the Beholds. We added Fateful Mending, so this is our additional card draw. We also added Clarion Spirit here because it's a very good way to get aggro going. Even if you're just doing this on turn 3, getting a few extra bodies on board is a big deal, and really pairs well the Patrician Geist. We added Joy Disruption and Kabir Takedown so that we don't just get flooded with lands. That is a big issue with this deck. We also added, let's see, I said Patrician Geist. We added Intrepid Adversary as our and Emeria's Call as our other mythics. It's mostly leaning towards white, which really makes perfect sense. Most of our 1-drops are mostly white to begin with. And that's pretty much the deck. I do have quite some experience with this one based on actually running it in Artisan. I also kind of made a deck version of this on the fly. With a bigger budget, I pretty much just offloaded as many Skyclave Apparitions as I could there. It's pretty solid. Looking over at Crimson Vow, there are a few cards, notably in the rare slot, that are kind of good fits here. There is a bit of an enchantment team there. Not so sure how it pans out considering Portable Hole is a artifact. This one, we definitely, yeah, we have plays here. We can actually just turn to Foretell something. If we don't want to cast the Clarion Spirit, we probably will turn to Foretell here. If we draw, unless we draw a blue source. If we do draw a blue mana source, I can probably choose to Foretell the Behold the Multiverse or something else. Really depends what our opponent's running. Okay, looks like it's Super Control. So we are definitely gonna Foretell because we do have a 1/2 with Clarion Spirit Stonebinder's Familiar. That should give us some early aggro to go with. Let's see, opponent goes Smoldering Egg. We did hit the Skyclave Apparition, but this question of do we go for it now or go for it later? I say we go for it a little later. We'll see what our opponent does. Yeah, opponent goes the Expressive Iteration route, so that buys us some time. Just be careful if it's a blue mana source that they leave behind, because that is a potential counterspell blowout. We kind of need another land to go with this. Yeah, blue mana. That's a concern because they could. Okay, they don't have it, so that's good news for us. And there you go. We hit for 5. We are super vulnerable to burn down the house. Generally, if it's the regular disturbed creatures, we're kind of fine, but this one's super vulnerable. Actually, this setup gets a little bit more vulnerable when you get to Crimson Vow, because they have yet another 3 mana spell that deals 2 damage to each creature. Wow. I might just cast Lunarch Veteran. Hold back the Saw It Coming. I don't see it because our opponent is so close to. Our opponent is so close to burn down the house. I'm more willing to just Demon Bolt. If I counter this, our opponent just follows up with burn down the house. If I don't counter this, our opponent just blocks the Clarion Spirit. I might be more okay with that. I'm kind of fine with that. We are having mana issues though. But we're really stuck holding the Sword coming back at this rate. Unless our opponent is very antsy about it. Okay. Portable Hold doesn't quite do it. We are gonna just swing. Yeah, we are caught at a disadvantage here. No, stuck on mana. If our opponent starts burning their Fading Hopes, I'm gonna have to burning the Divide by 0. Okay, we'll accept that. They might take they're going for Environmental Sciences, so they are missing cards, lands at least. Smoldering Egg. We can portable hold that for on the cheap. Depends on what our opponent has. Foretell again. Yeah, missing land drops hurts. Now our opponent could just have a Jawari Disruption, which is backbreaking. Saw it coming. Okay, you know what? I will see that coming too. Because at this point the threat is no longer burn down the house. The threat is already Alrund's Epiphany. We are actually, the threat is also our opponent could just start swinging Hall of the Storm Giants, but there's still. Okay, they dumped the Jawari Ruins. They are signaling they have another counter spell. since I can't counter anyway, I'm just gonna foretell the Behold. Ideally, I would have cast the Stonebinder's Familiar than Beheld, but it's really hard to say what's the correct play here. Okay, our opponent's going for the 1-2 Epiphany. Yeah, we got caught out without any lands, so that's a big issue. So we're gonna take some hits. Let's see if they have the back-to-back. So yeah, it's unfortunate. We had the mana to pressure our the cards to pressure our opponent. We did not have the mana to do so. So hold on, that's 8. Oh wait. Yeah, because we will be forced to block. But our opponent will still have 2 more turns after this. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that we did not draw enough mana. Maybe I should not have cut. It's hard to say. Maybe I should not have cut all the. No, the cards I cut. For the lands I cut, I added modal dual face cards that were lands on the other side, so I functionally still have lands. Also note that if I had gone to counter the Alrund's Epiphany, yeah, it is an argument for having Test of Talents. It does buff the Stonebinder's Familiar, but okay, turn 2 again on 2 lands. We can play a bunch of cards at least, but we really need a third one soon. And I won't be able to play the Malevolent Hermit early. Okay, got Portable Hole. It also makes it awkward because I can't do Devoted Graphkeeper on fear that I mill my lands. Elysian Caryatid. Okay. Well, we're not drawing lands again, so we have no choice but to nuke the Mana Dork. It's an argument for, say, adding some blue cards, like maybe even consider it in consideration. Okay, we hit our 3rd mana. We'll probably swing first because I want to do Elite Spellbinder. See what our opponent has. Blood. Okay, Tergrid is. They are missing mana. I'm gonna take away the Binding the Old Gods because there's an argument for them using this to hit their mana. So they go for the Lantern. We can now play Grazilax, so we'll lose the 3 life for now. In fact, I can Skyclave Apparition it first time around. Yeah, because the key fear is Froghemoth and Blood in the Snow if they start drawing into running lands. But with that also means we just need to hit cards. And also, yeah, so this Blood in the Snow is the big fear. Discard the card. Yeah, opponent concedes there. They got stuck on the mana, so that was a correct call on Elite Spellbinder Binding the Old Gods. Oh yeah, and I forgot to bring up the deck list. I always keep forgetting that. It's weird. Also, there is a very big delay in. Yeah, there seems to be a big delay with Streamlabs recently. I feel like I should check if they have an update because it looks like the app is really not working properly. I probably will search to see if they did do an update. Streamlabs. Let's see what version it is. We are. Yeah. The game keeps giving us 2 land hands as if they're trying to tell us something. Let's do the responsible thing and mulligan. Okay, that's better. So I might actually just bin the Lunark. Okay, because Lunark Veteran Foretell saw it coming. Fateful Mending is also an option. I might just bin the Lunar Veteran and just say hello to our opponent. Paladin class, so yeah, we... So if we do Fateful Mending, it's on our turn. I'm more likely to just saw it coming. Loyal Warhound. Yeah, we'll just saw it coming. Adeline, Splendid Qatar. Yeah, that's their sequence. It's always that. Which means we are forced to Apparition Adeline before things start really going out of hand. Yeah, the Jawar Disruption is probably gonna end up being a land drop. Yeah, opponent just got the... I might just give them the token. Just to buy us some time. We definitely need blue also. I have to do this now. So definitely binning these two. Next turn I can play... So we have a blocker for this. Oh wow, they just got the back-to-back Intrepid Adversaries. Okay, so this is brutal. So we are forced to take 8 and chump the rest. Wow. Okay, so I have two choices. None of them are quite good. So... yeah, because even the saw it come... well... let's see if our opponent still has gas. Paladin class, not so much. Elite Spellbinder, sure, take away the Patrician Geist. The important cards are already in the yard, so it's there's that. I could also just say cast the Patrician Geist, but I'll save that for later. Let's do the Castigator first. Yeah, let's get the Disruption back as well. Might as well play the extra land since we're really gonna need it. Opponent is starting to flood out a bit, so some good news. Intrepid. Yet another adversary. So, force block. We go down to 1. Yeah, our opponent having all the... yeah, that was our saw it coming hand, but it didn't pan out. So I could cast Fateful Mending to gain 2 life, but that doesn't do much. I can cast Patrician Geist, but I die to the rest. Okay. Let's just see what we get. It gives us a... yeah, that's a good game. We got unfortunate that we got run over by the Paladin class. Then again, the saw it coming. Yeah, just quite unfortunate. Actually, that's well. No, let's be fair. This is standard event. This is not the play queue. I can complain if it's the play queue. I can't complain if it's standard event because that is a very that is a legitimate way to harvest gold. Yeah, we just got unfortunate that that our opponent got to play first. Some people have been raising the question that being on the draw is such a big punishment. There has to be a bigger payoff than just making them skip the draw step. Like if you take a look, if we use Hearthstone as an example, and I'm loath to do that. Okay, so What they also just give you a free mana that you can use anytime. Maybe it's about time that they start giving treasures. We'll see. Okay, we'll behold the I will foretell the behold the multiverse. Yeah, because I'm most likely gonna foretell anyway. We can Clarion Spirit into somewhat awkward timing. But we do need to start building a board up. We now have the counter spells to go up against this deck, but we have also. Yeah, we're just gonna hold back the Saw It Coming. Let's see what our opponent has. If our opponent just goes nuking our stuff, I might be fine with it. Divide by 0, bounce it back. I can see it coming just to. Yeah, I'm gonna Saw It Coming just to. Which is awkward because we know we need to save it for something else, but if they're doing the divide by 0 that early, that means they are trying to slow us down, which means they don't have a particular sequence that's good. Yeah, I figured they were having mana trouble. They could still Fading Hope, but okay, they did find a land. So I might Clarion Spirit into Clarion Spirit. Thankfully they did miss a land drop, so no burn down the house quite yet. Portable Hold probably not gonna do it unless they drop an egg. So I may unexpected windfall. Okay, they're doing the rush play right now. So there's the Emerius Call. Will be hold first. We can actually play a Portable Hold just to. I don't want the Kabira takedown. I might want the extra land though. Okay, maybe that was a bad one. Okay, so the reason I'm playing the Portable Hold is just to crack, force them to crack a treasure, or at least basically slow them down. Now they are getting close to burn down the house, and they probably have it. So we're not gonna fire off the Fateful Mending quite yet. So we're knocking on wood that our opponent doesn't have the burn down the house. They have the 6 mana. Do they have an? They could also have an Alrund's Epiphany right about now, but it's semi-ideal because they don't have the Galvanic Iteration combo. We technically have lethal on board. They do have the burn down the house, so yeah. Unfortunate. All our cards are in the yard though, but we'll cast a Faithful Mending. Skyclave Apparition, that's not gonna do anything. Yeah. Okay, just seeing if we can pressure their board a bit. They also missed another land drop there. That said, we are very close, but I am under no illusion that we might be able to do it. Yeah, they fired off an Alrund's Epiphany early, which is good news. So they might have a second one, but if we get them to fire those off without Galvanic Iteration, it's actually not bad. They have to kill Grazilax. They can't just bounce it. Okay, second Alrund's Epiphany. But it's not as it was not as backbreaking as the last turn, and they even skipped the attack. They also are missing the mana to flashback the Memory Deluge, but it's when it becomes blocked. So when I'm blocking it, it doesn't work. Maybe our opponent might be Shatter Skull Smashing. Just wipe the board. Okay. So now they set the beat. Okay, we can buy some time with this, but any more Fading Hopes will be really bad. Well, yeah, they have a Fading Hope. That's... Oh, Demon Bolt. Okay, okay, that's fine. We got them to fire that off instead, but we are still in trouble with the birds here. We don't exactly have a sweeper plan. We have to fight Portable Hole, but... Yeah, we can't... We have to Fateful Mending. We can't keep the Sod coming. Well, we can actually just discard these two, though. So our opponent might start holding one bird back, or they just spend the rest of their spells. I actually need them to spend the rest of their spells. Let's see, Cast Away can get back Emeria. Probably not the Apparition, but Emeria, Grazilax, and Clarion, and Behold the Multiverse, or Emeria, Clarion Spirit would also do it. Yeah, it's a shame that we... It is an argument for having more counters. Oh, our opponent also opted. So... Opponent might have a counter spell. If they have a counter spell, I have to... Or they're just planning to do a Memory Deluge, which is a thing. So, Clarion Spirit, Grazilax, Emeria's Call. Maybe the Grazilax is not a good play, but we will shuffle those back, so... And we might as well just foretell this. So I can swing with the Departed Soulkeeper just to force them to block with the bird, which is fine, because that means they won't have 4 to block with on Castigator. They do have access to Demon Bolt, which is an issue. Yeah, Memory Deluge, something that we could put in, but it's just the budget doesn't quite apply. Expressive Iteration. Yeah, this is gonna be very painful. Having to come back from... Actually, not too bad. Well, that's actually quite bad, because I would rather have this in the yard than on the hand. Also, opponent is really not swinging. I could just mass, but I have to assume that they have a... I have to make it look like I have a Sod coming, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, more Foretell stuff. This could... They already spent 2 Alrund's Epiphanies, but they could have a... This could be the third one, which would be quite backbreaking. I would probably swing with Intrepid Adversary just to convince them to trade the entire board. We'll cast the Clarion Spirit first. See if they let it slide, and see if they have a counter. I'm okay with letting the Intrepid Adversary go. It's good if we have a board, but right now we don't. Okay, opponent did not cast anything. Galvanic Iteration. Probably an Alrund's Epiphany. We can counter burn down the house. Well, if they choose to burn twice, I'm not gonna counter it. There's no point. If they were hoping that they could get it back, it's they kind of goofed up. Actually, they might have been So let's see. What cards can we get back? This time we get the other Clarence Spirit Behold and Saw It Coming again. I could get back the Intrepid Adversary, but we probably should get some. In fact, now there's an argument for me just casting this right away, force our opponent. Like, they've already used up 2 burn down the houses, but we need to hold something back, so we're gonna pass. The only good thing I can say is that they are missing. No, they have the mana. They can Galvanic into Alrund's just off the kicker. Memory Deluge. Okay, that's fine. So that's 6 mana. So I'm probably just gonna swing with this for lack of anything better to do. Divide by 0. I can counter it, but you know what? I'm actually fine with them countering it normally. Because that means they're going to go for 5, 6, 7. Oh, they went for Environmental Sciences. I thought they would go for Mascot Exhibition. Actually, if they did, I would have realized the error of my ways. As it is. Replay this one. Also, let's see. They're gonna go Galvanic. Probably an Alrund's Epiphany this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could just counter the copy. Let's wait for the copy to go unstacked first. We'll counter the copy because the main one will exile itself. Okay, Test of Talents. Okay, we lose a few Saw It Comings. But we do finally get it out of the hand. And we only have like 3 of them, so it's not a big loss. Yeah, they get 4 tokens, but now they need to... It'll be annoying if they did finally draw their 4th one, but they did draw to close to more than half the deck. I'm actually hoping they do Galvanic Memory Deluge because that's a big non-bow. They're functionally down to 2 cards, though they're technically at 4 cards. Environmental Sciences draws them a Lancure. Also, Galvanic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please do. Yes! Big non-bow because the copy does nothing. Okay, listen. Because it checks the amount of mana you spent. Since you spent nothing on the copy, you get nothing. You know what? That looks like a shame. Oh, but they did get an extra turn, so... Now they're up to 5 cards. They literally have only 1 Alrund's Epiphany left. Spikefield Hazard. Well, it was gonna get exiled no matter what. Unexpected windfall. Now they're drawing like crazy. Galvanic iteration. Do they hit the third Alrund's Epiphany? They did, so... But that's pretty much the last of it. But we're taking 4... 8. We're gonna go down to 4, which is a problem. The good... But hey, we did survive this far. So... Problem is 8 tokens. Divide by 0, bouncing that back. Yeah, they're gonna finally get the mascot exhibition. Yeah, we can concede that one, but you know what? You know what? We did survive this far, so just a little. So a little kudos to that one. Yeah, just slightly annoyed about what happened, but how could we fix this? Well, it's really hard to say because as you can see, we ran into a super aggro matchup and we ran into 2 super control matchups. Those were our losses. Those spectrums are very far. Ideally, the best bet is to do this in best of 3 and have a sideboard to adjust to this. But for those starting out, we really don't have a sideboard. So basically, your hope is to take this on and hope not to run into that kind of matchup. You know what? I'll probably do one in ranked for the lulz. We are technically in platinum, so it is kind of fine. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, you have to make a big decision if you're doing this as a best of 1 format. Ideally, you can sort it out best of 3, like more portable holes, more. Unfortunately, the answer is really more rares, but there's no way around it. We're gonna keep this one. Even if it's just turn to Covetous Castaway to hold off against that. Well, we drew all our Clarion Spirits. Now we just need the lands to go with it. Our opponent could have... Oh, Hobgoblin Captain. That's actually fine. Okay, we did draw another land. We will just cast a Clarion Spirit now, just to have a blocker under ready. I am willing to just give both of these up because we kind of need to. Yeah, Frostbite. Okay, that's expected. Oh, there might be stuck. I am so willing to block Hobgoblin Captain. They are not though, so we can. So unfortunately, we don't get the full benefit. But if we draw another land, we can Grazilax Fateful Mending. Though, actually... Okay, looks... We might have to do another one because that was weird. Our opponent was unfortunate to get stuck on 3 mana. Goblins normally should be able to survive that. I'm suspecting our opponent had a handful of Relic Robbers and Hobgoblin Captains. So, that might be where they got stuck. But you know what? Their loss is my gain. We'll do another one. We'll do another one just to see if we can validate the concept at least. There is also an argument for just making this way more aggressive than normal. Like you can cut out some of the bigger spells like the Starnheim Unleash, and just go. You can slide this as close to mono white as you can. In fact. So definitely turn 1 familiar, turn 2 foretell something. Fireblade Charger. This is not the same opponent. I am gonna offer the trade because there's a very good chance our opponent has a Frostbite anyway, so I might as well offer the trade right away. Yeah, Devoted Graph, Luminarch Aspirant. Oh, this is the red-white deck. So now I wish I foretold the Starnheim Unleashed. That said, Skyclave Apparition does a good job of exiling cards. So my concern now is Angel Fire Infusion on a Fireblade Charger. That is quite brutal. Angel Fire Ignition, sorry. And they get the lifelink as well. We do have the Kabira takedown, but slightly awkward. Yeah, I actually need to hold up counter for it, so... Well, okay, we'll actually just hold it back. I might even just... yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna just, if they're greedy, they stack it, which we see coming. Which actually grows our, oh, it doesn't grow, it has to be on our turn. Okay, if they swing, I have to choose between blocking and not blocking. Like, if I block with both, our opponent can just Fireblade Charge the end anyway. We'll take. Oh, Showdown, Skyclave. We're gonna take out the Skyclave. And we can play the backside now. Yeah, they're just gonna play Showdown to start drawing into cards. Ooh. Land into play with fire is nice. Floodplain. We will have to play the Graph Keeper, though they can just exile it, which is annoying. Then, well, might as well exile this. It becomes an argument for, like, if our opponent decides to go for the Skyclave Apparition, they probably just nuke the Stonebinder's Familiar because that's getting uncontrollably large. They could also cast another Showdown, which is interesting. They could cast an Angel Fire Ignition, which is annoying. No, Fireblade Charger. They can still Skyclave. In fact, I guess that's what they will do. Luminar. Okay, they're giving up on the Skyclave. In which case, what we do is we hold back on this. Yeah, we have to block. So there's a Covetous Castaway. If I can swing with both, but I'm unlikely to do that. What I'm more likely to do is just hold these guys back. And just chump block. We have a bit of a cushion, thankfully. Oh yeah, no, the Skyclave Apparition was the one I hit with Elite Spellbinder, not Showdown. Oh, thank goodness they did that, because in fact, if they left one that I had to block. Yeah, our opponent made a mistake there. They really want me. They really should have let me block with the. Well, okay, so block here, block here. They would need a sack effect. Yeah, they did. They don't have it. Whew. Yeah, so we kind of got there. Our opponent could have gotten us. Honestly, the correct play there was they should not have Skyclaved Apparition our big creature. They should have Skyclaved Apparition the small. the smaller one, I would have been forced to chump. I would have been forced to chump block with, say, an angel, and or let enough damage through that the death trigger would have killed me. So yeah, just I think yeah, our opponent will eventually figure that out over time. But as is, yeah, that was a reasonable shot there. So I guess the main change here would be mostly sideboard. I would say that's the thing. Like definitely best of three would be adding wash aways and whatnot. Definitely when we get to the Crimson Vow edition, aside from the updated budget, we will be playing best of three from this point on. I just do best of one because it's the release of the decks as they are. But now that there's some time, it's time to move on. We are already in a format where you cannot just rely on the roll of the dice. You will get messed up by your by certain matchups. That's just the reality of it. Anyway, that's gonna be for another time. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. So Crimson Vow a few days away. We're hoping for the best. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.